In today's video, I'm gonna show you guys fully step by step every single thing you need to know to start up your trucking business, whether it is semi truck, box truck, or even cargo van, flatbed, or even hot shot. I got you. I'm gonna help you know everything that you need to start your business up and all the paperwork filings that you need to file. My name is KINGLATTA, and I have started a trucking business at the age of 19 years old, and I have been financially free and haven't worked a job since 19. I do have a cargo van business, and as well as I have a box truck business, so it is my job here today to teach you the steps that you need to get successful in this trucking industry. Before we get started with this video, I want to give a big shout out to Amazon Audible. Amazon Audible is an audiobook platform where you can access any audiobook that you want and just listen to it instead of having to read a full book. You can listen to it anywhere, anytime you want with your favorite audiobook authors. Be sure to click the link in my description to get a free 14-day Amazon Audible trial so you can listen to the books that you want to listen to. We do have multiple ebooks and multiple step-by-step tutorials in the Patreon link in the description. And if you have any further questions and you want a one-on-one phone conversation with me, we do have coaching calls in the Calendly link in the description. With all that being said, man, let's hop straight into this video so you can get started on making your trucking business successful. So guys, everything that I'm about to tell you today is over here on this miniature whiteboard, and I don't make fun of my whiteboard and don't make fun of my handwriting, but if you stick tuned with me, I'm gonna be explaining what all this stuff means. If you want to make $2,500 a day, if you want to make a minimum $1,000 a day, whether you're in the box truck or cargo or semi-van lane, you guys can obviously and easily make $1,000 a day. And if you are in a semi-truck, guys, you can make this $2,500 a day. Now guys, before we get started, before we go over these loads and what you need to do to get these loads, we're gonna go over the basics that you need to even hop in a truck and get on the road. Because before you want to get these loads, what you're going to need to have is a FMCSA registration. Like I said in plenty of my videos, is FMCSA is pretty much the grandfather of letting you hit the road. FMCSA stands for Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. Now this is pretty much exactly how it sounds. They're gonna regulate and monitor all of the safety things that needs to be going on over this trucking industry, because this lane and this business is very dangerous because of the heavy weight and high speeds that these trucks are going and long hours that are being driven. So there's a lot of safety things that need to be in precaution. So for this FMCSA registration, it costs $300. Yes guys, only $300 to get started in this trucking business. And you have to wait 21-day waiting period to start your FMCSA authority and get it approved. Now in this 21-day waiting period, what you want to do is you want to find a truck. Sorry guys, I got erased a little bit, but you want to find a truck, and what you want to do after you find a truck or a cargo van is you want to go ahead and get that insurance. Now there is a way that you can avoid some fees on your insurance, and guys, this commercial insurance is very expensive. Commercial insurance is very expensive, especially in this commercial trucking lane, because of all the little small subcategories that you need, such as the $1 million auto liability, $100,000 cargo liability, general liability, and sometimes even general aggregate liability, workers' compensation, and uninsured motorists, and such things like that. But the only necessary requirements to get started in this trucking business is the $1 million auto liability, $100,000 cargo liability, and $1 million general liability. Now, to save some money in this process, guys, what you want to do is, once you're starting up your insurance policy, when you're on the phone with your agent, you simply just want to tell them $750,000 auto liability. What this will do is it will decrease your down payment, probably almost $1,000 depending on your truck, what year, what make it is. But more than likely, it will save you a minimum of $300 even if you are in the cargo van lane. So yes, guys, don't sweat it, man. Please just tell your insurance agent to do $750 when you're starting up this policy, and a couple days later, before you hit the load and pick up your first load, you just want to go ahead and upgrade it to that $1 million auto liability. Because one thing about the FMCSA is that everything is connected. Brokers have authorities, guys, and the credit scores are on there. If you are late for loads, that will pop up. People can report your DOT number and your MC number. Same thing for brokers. If brokers aren't paying on time, they can get reported. And if you have a bad report on your trucking authority, people are not going to want to give you loads. Same thing with brokers. If they have bad reports, people aren't going to want to take loads from them, and they're going to have a difficult time giving out loads. But anyways, guys, we found our truck. We've got our insurance. Now what we need to do is we need to do a BOC3, which is your processing agent. What this BOC3 is it allows a processing agent to handle all your business paperwork for you and send it directly to your business address, so that anything that is coming down from the higher ups won't be processed directly to you. It'll go through your processing agent, and then you will receive it. UCR is mostly for if you're doing residential shipments, and it's mostly for responsibility for other people's commodity. So the UCR will protect you if you damage some people's property. A UCR is just more protection for you. And guys, if you are hauling over 10,000 pounds, so if you are not in the cargo van lane, if you are in the box truck or semi truck, you are gonna need to do this drug testing, guys. If you have to do it twice a year, it is random checks, and now the new rules have implemented. They are allowing a mouth swab. With this mouth swab, there might be random checks on the road. Police might be pulling over trucks a couple times a day to give them an oral mouth swab test. And with this, guys, more drivers are going to be coming off the road, because even though drivers are sober, they might not be sober all the time. So once you've completed your BOC3, your UCR, you've got your insurance, you've got your truck, and your 21-day waiting period is over, now you're gonna get your letter of authority. This letter of authority is what brokers and what dispatchers want to see when you're getting set up with their services. This letter of authority is pretty much your diploma. It's pretty much your graduation ticket. You are now in this trucking industry, so now you need to hop on yourself a load board. You need to hop on yourself a load board, or you need to decide if you want to get a dispatcher. Now, some key differences between a load board and a dispatcher is a load board may be $300 to $500 a month to keep and to use full access for that load board, while a dispatcher is 10%, anywhere from 5 to 15% per load fee, guys. Or if you do decide to work with one single dispatching company, they have a $300 to $400 a week option. So pretty much, if you do the math, you make $5,000 a week and you only have to pay $300. That is less than 10% per load. But the only difference between these two, guys, is the dispatcher is pretty much on the load board for you, instead of you being on the load board trying to negotiate your own loads, trying to spend all this time looking for loads and stressing yourself out because you're emailing all of these brokers and they're not emailing you back. So the dispatcher takes that stress off of you. You just have to pay them a 10% fee per load, or either, like I said, $400 to $300 a week. And then, guys, what you're gonna need to complete this whole business model is a factoring company. Now, what a factoring company is a company that will allow you to get your funds in just 2 days. Yes guys, if you are not in the cargo van industry, if you are operating box truck or semi, these brokers are net 30, sometimes even net 60-day companies, meaning they have 1 to even 3 months to pay you for that load. And if you're just starting your business, you can't be waiting 3 months spending all this money on gas and all this effort to have $0 in your bank account. So factoring companies will fix that problem for you. All you have to do is put on your BOL, which is the documents that you get after each load that you need to get signed. This is where your money will be made at from this signature. This paper right here is the BOL. This is your document that's gonna need to be signed every time you drop a load right here at the bottom, and this is how you're gonna get paid. You're gonna submit this form to your factoring company along with the rate confirmation, and the rate confirmation is more than likely a digital confirmation piece of form that you get as soon as you get that load booked before you even drive to pick up the commodity. So you will upload those 2 documents to your factoring invoice portal, and 2 days later you will get a direct deposit in your business bank account. Now, if you want to start making major money a day, you can't make $1,000 to $2,000 a day with just 1 load. You're gonna need to double book, and right now I'm gonna show you how to do that. So guys, what I mean by double booking is you're gonna have to get some roll-off trailers, especially if you are in the semi-truck lane. You want to get some roll-offs, and you want to get drop-in drags. Drop-in drags, hitch and go, whatever you want to call it. What you want to do is you want to get yourself, you have your semi-truck, and you want to pick up one of these loads for $750. You want to pick up one of these loads for $750. You want to take it to your next destination. Now in the semi lane, guys, there is multiple and more loads and more routes for the semi truck lane, because they're easier to work with than the box truck and cargo van. They can hold so much more. The forklifts can go on them and go off of them. And the box truck, a lot of companies don't put their forklift on the box truck. You have to use a pallet jack to unload and load the commodity. But you know, a box truck can hold a forklift, so if you don't care, you can tell them to drive on your box truck with their forklift. What you want to do is 7 o'clock, which is the normal working time when things get started, 7 to 8 o'clock, you want to pick up your first load, and that load is normally gonna be anywhere from $500 to $1,000 for probably a 2 to 3 hour trip, maybe even 4 hours. So we got $750 right here averaging out for 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. And now we have our second load to our second destination. We may have to deadhead a couple of miles, but like I said, there is so much work for the semi truck, you probably won't have to deadhead that much. But let's say we have to deadhead 100 miles, which is probably about 1 hour and 20 minutes of driving. You know, we deadhead, it is now 11 o'clock. We have another $750 load. This is $1,500 already before lunchtime. And after lunchtime, you know, around 1 o'clock, you want to go ahead and pick up your third load. You may have to deadhead 200 miles, but it is what it is, man. You can pick up your third load for, like I said, $500 to $1,000. And at the end of the day, if we average all this out at $750 a piece, 3 pickups and 3 drop-offs, we can now make $2,350. Now guys, these pickup and drop-offs and these low deadheads aren't guaranteed for everyday work, but it is surely possible. And for box trucks, guys, what is gonna be happening for you is you're going to get one of these loads. You're gonna get either 1 load a day for almost $1,000, or it'll be probably like a 14-hour trip for around $14,000 to even $2,000, guys. And if you are picking up small loads in the box truck, guys, the rates are looking like $500 for about a 4-hour trip. You know, $600 for a 4 to 6 hour trip. You know, I want to average it out at $100 an hour for this box truck lane. You can get a $500 load for 4 hours. Take it somewhere, probably deadhead 2 hours. And while you pick up your load, guys, once you secure your first load, if you are going through a dispatcher, you want to go ahead and hit up your dispatcher. Tell them that you need a load going to wherever you're going or coming from wherever you're going. And now you've made $500 for the first load for a 4-hour trip. Now we can make another $500 to $1,000 for our second load going into the next day for, like I said, almost $1,000. And now you've made $1,500 a day in the box truck lane. And then we got the cargo van industry, which isn't that great right now. You could be lucky and make $1,000 a day if you do 2 to 3 pickup and drop offs, but a cargo van, you're more than likely subject to make about $200 to $400 a day, depending on if you're working with a company, especially if you are doing a medical carrier. Now for the cargo van industry, I do have videos in my profile explaining how you can make $1,000 a day in the cargo van industry. Go ahead and check out that video right there. If you are a box truck or a semi truck type of person, then I hope this video is helpful for you, how you can make these pickup and drop offs, these drag and drops easy, and so how you can make almost $2,000 a day in this box truck and semi truck industry. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to start your transportation business step by step. My name is KINGLATTA. This is Black Investors Group, where we make investing easy. I got multiple videos on everything you need to know in my channel. Please make sure you subscribe and turn on that bell so you can get notified for daily content, and so you can start making money in this transportation business fast and easy. Don't forget to drop a comment on any questions that you have, and be sure to check out the link in my description on the Patreon to make sure that you learn step by step how to start up your business, how to start up your e-business or your trucking business, and even get some motivation on Amazon Audible. Just remember, guys, nothing good comes easy, and you're gonna be paying for the education one way or another. Either you don't pay for the education and you learn the hard way by paying for your mistake, or you guys can pay for the education and prevent the mistakes and save as most money as possible. Like I said, man, go ahead and check out the ebooks and the link in the description. Don't just get one on the Shopify link. Go ahead and get the bundle on the Patreon. And if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to me in the Calendly link in the description. My name is KINGLATTA. You're watching Black Investors Group. I hope you found this video interesting and helpful. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until tomorrow, we out. Woo!